Hey guys, on my laptop still. If you didn't see my last video, basically I am moving house in about a week and I've been rushing to kind of pack everything up so I have enough room to tidy, like obsessively, to get my deposit back. And in doing that, I packed away my computer and my camera like a fool, so I have no other recording equipment or editing software. I don't usually put up rants. I usually save it for conversations with my best friend Haz, who is very politically clever and I'm not. And obviously I should really do a video with the Times about the whole EU and the outcome being that we're leaving because we're fools. I mean, I don't know a lot about it, but for my kind of age gap and generation, I could have probably told you that we should have stayed. I'm not going to talk about that because if I'm completely honest with you, I really don't know enough about it, and I'm pretty sure there is going to be a shit ton of EU rants because there has been for the past few months, so it's probably going to be a lot today. I decided to pick a subject that was more relevant to me, and because I got a freaking letter this morning when I woke up, I saw it before I had my tea and I was not happy. And I've had my tea now, so I'm talking to you, but I'm still kind of in bedtime mode, so bleh. My letter today was about the Disability Living Allowance things ending. Now, I have been on DLA since I was quite young. I have a disability known as muscular dystrophy. I won't go into too much about what that is. I'd rather leave you the link to the Muscular Dystrophy campaign so you can, because they're an amazing kind of organisation that I should really do more with, but I don't. But I was awarded my DLA because of my muscular dystrophy, and it's always, I'm not very good with money. I'm a 22-year-old female, which kind of is why, but I've always been able to be quite comfortable because my DLA has always been my stability. It's when I've had other benefits, they've messed up or they've taken too long to claim or they've made me back pay because they've overpaid me and stuff like that. My DLA has always been on time, the amount it says, and I've always been notified. Never had any problems with it, and the stability of that is so great. I got the two halves. You have mobility and daily living, and it's helped majorly with my daily living if I'm short on rent. I basically live off my DLA, and as somebody with muscular dystrophy who has to travel to London for her doctor's appointments, because I have to go to the specialist hospitals, and living in Southampton, I need money for travel to get there. I used to have sleep studies, so I may have to stay overnight in London and get travel back, and so having that has always made me feel really comfortable. Really over freak out when I get letters from the council. They make me feel so uncomfortable and depressed and angry, and just I can't even describe it. And even if it's a nice letter, as soon as I see the logo of any council that represent the town I'm a part of, I'm just like I don't like the council. I'm sorry. It's not like I don't like people that work at the council. I just don't like the council, and I've gone off track. This is not a council thing. So I have the letter here for reference. I didn't want to rehearse this, and I just kind of want to say, if I offend anyone, I really don't mean to. I'm not trying to be a soapbox representation of every person that's disabled, because I'm not. This is just the kind of way that I feel about it. And the reason why I say if it may offend anyone is not necessarily because I will be offensive, but my language may be, because I didn't want to rehearse this and, kind of say it like a robot or like I'm cool. I've literally pressed record, which is why I keep rambling and going off track, because I want you guys to get my first time honest opinion, and there will probably be swearing in it. So if you're young watching this, I'm sorry. If you get in trouble, just tell your parents it was my fault. So I got the letter today that's basically said that disability is ending, and it's quite boldly pointed out that mine is ending. So that's fair enough. It's not ending straight away. I will give them that. That is the only pro. They are not taking it away just yet. They are basically giving you a month's heads up. Because they're bringing in a new thing called PIP. Now, when I went on the website to look it up, I cannot remember what it's for. Oh, wait, no. Personal Independence Payment. Now, I don't know about any of you guys, but I find this term patronising. I'm easily patronised when it comes to my disability, though, because I'm in denial and I'm like, I'm fine. But I went onto the website to read more about it, and quite boldly it said, DLA is ending, supporting your independence. Now, am I the only one that thinks that? No. No. 1. Supporting my independence, again, is patronising. I'm independent anyway. Being a disabled person, even if you have a carer and whatnot, does not take away your independence. Your brain is your independence, okay? Not your condition, not your body, not your carer, not your benefits. You are your own independence. There are different definitions to independence, and that is the one that I like to remind people that they have. And it's kind of, if you are telling people what they need money-wise and that you're going to give it to them or taking away, that is not supporting their independence. I'm really trying the right way to kind of describe this intellectually, but I can't because it's pissed me off. End of the line, patronising. There are people in suits and people that are making these websites saying, it's for your independence. You don't even freaking know us. It's like, I tried to look online for statistics and for quotes to state this video to kind of show that I have done some of my research aside from this freaking letter. I don't know if I typed the wrong thing into Google or not, but I couldn't find anything, and maybe it's because this is a topic that's kind of had its rush and its rise and no one's really talking about it anymore. But the only thing that really told me anything, aside from the fact that I have to apply for PIP, otherwise I have no money, I saw a genuine thing on a forum that said, I have been told straight away that not only is my DLA ending, but I am not allowed PIP, and I'm deaf. If I have to fucking find a way to get that money, okay, that's fair enough, but don't then take my money for your own support. Give it to the deaf woman or man. It's like, again, we're supporting your independence, but it's like they're flipping a coin. Who gets the money, who doesn't? Read the frickin' files. A deaf woman needs support that does involve money. We all need support that involves money, even people that are disabled, because everything in this day and age costs money. Okay, so I have a month to apply for this personal independent payment. And this letter is kind of confusing to me in a really contradictory way, and I don't know if that's because they are contradicting themselves, don't they usually, or it's because I didn't pay enough attention when it was on the news. But this personal independent payment, I thought was supposed to be something different. They're changing DLA to this thing because I assume it should be for some beneficial reason, but at the moment I can't see the beneficial reason, but I can't see the differences. I can also hear a plane. Just be on the plane. Right, this is I'm sorry, I've got the attention span of a tit when I've just woken up. Yeah, no. They are contradicting themselves in my eyes, because 1 minute it's like PIP is not DLA, PIP is different to DLA. You can't have DLA, you've got to have this different thing instead. End of the third page, okay? After all this crap they've talked about, its description is that it has 2 parts, daily living and mobility. That is exactly the same as DLA. If you still have to go through the stuff that you have for DLA, and you're talking to people who have the DLA for life option, rather than risking them having no money for a small or large amount of time, rather than, putting carers through the crap of having to go through all of this to start all over again to get the money, usually don't they change things to save money for themselves, because ultimately that's what it comes down to. What are going to save the politicians and the people in power the most money? And surely reclaiming, it's like, are you going to get more money from the telephone calls of people reclaiming? Because they're not giving you an option to write in, they're not giving you an option to email. From what I can see, you have to call in yourself to say, I want that money. They're making you go to them and say, I want that money, before you stop any other money, which I think is kind of dickish. If you think we're eligible, put the form in. If we don't want to apply, we can throw the form away. But give us that hand, because some people don't have the time or the ability to ring up, be put on hold, and put up a 30 quid phone contract to hear some person ask really mundane, boring questions. It's not just mundane questions, it's completely obscure personal questions that are fucking insane. Also, as part of the PIP claim, you have to go through the assessment if you're going to claim, which is understandable, proving stuff. But there are ways, especially with these assessments and ways to claim, where you can work around each other. I understand the government and the benefit system have deadlines and protocols, but disabled people have routines and appointments and abilities. There is a way that you can make this situation easier and not make a disabled person worry about whether their life is going to go down financially if you just simply learn to work around each other. Then you can say who's eligible and who's not. You can say what money we get and what money we don't, because you've personally communicated with that person and you've given them an assessment to actually see what their issues are, and that would make me feel better. I mean, assessment is a pile of shit. It's like, my documents say I'm disabled, okay? I'm not fucking lying. If the piece of paper that the doctor says you're deaf, you're blind, you're in a wheelchair, you have muscular dystrophy, that's fucking true. I mean, I have not had any mass criminals doctoring doctors' notes to fake disability to get disability money. Maybe that's a thing. Maybe that's a film idea there. It's just really stressful, and I wish I could find the right words, like I said, and be really intellectual on this. But I feel like this is more important to the people that are involved than some other people realise. And I feel like the way they're going about it is going so round the houses. It's like so uncomfortable, and it's like putting a brick on someone's routine and going, chisel away the brick, and then you can start your routine again. And I am angry all the time at politicians anyway. I think they're idiots who represent cities and countries that they don't even talk to unless you're famous, rich, or absolutely severely ill, and it makes them look good. That's no disrespect to severely ill people, that's extreme disrespect to politicians, because you're all image and money. That's what it is, and those are the people ruling. And then you have to think, well, if we ruled the country, would it be any different? It would for a little while, but would it actually work? And communism and capitalism, all that, yeah. It's all very frustrating for me, and I do feel very patronised by the government a lot of times. Whether it's my disability or not, I feel like there's certain types of people who can be but aren't always taken seriously, or in a way where we feel like we're not taken seriously. Like, even as a student, and even as a person just genuinely on benefits, it's like there is so much bad reputation for people on benefits and abusing benefits. So when you have people like me who are on benefits, aside from DLA, like, I will apply for benefits if I need it, if I need help living. And as somebody who's currently not working, I did need benefits to help me work, to help me afford this while I'm looking for work. And it's at the moment while I'm looking for another place, because I'm on those benefits to help me finish living in this place when I'm looking for a job, I will be rejected for other flats and houses because at that moment I'm using a benefit. And it's like, I'm good for it, I can pay you. I wouldn't apply for this house if I couldn't pay you. But because I'm on benefits, it looks bad. I used to get that with my disability. With certain things, it's like, oh, you're disabled. You're not going to be able to do this. You can't do this. And you get that a lot, that your condition can stop you from doing something, or will instantly make people use their preconception and ultimately tell you that you can't do something, or you're going to struggle. And honestly, without financial help in certain situations, that's going to stop us from being able to just look people in the eyes and go, well, actually, I can. It will put us in several situations where we go, well, no, you're right, we can't. We are going to struggle. There is certain support that all of us need, not just disabled people, but disabled for the topic. And I swear, certain people who don't necessarily understand us through Empower think money's the only support we need, or that we're abusing that support, and we're not. And it's like, I have not made some clear points here. I just kind of wanted to rant about it, and guaranteed when I finish this video, all the intellectual stuff will come to my head, and I wish I'd said that. But